As usual, per YouTube requirements, I make the disclaimer that I'm not paid by anybody, sponsored by anybody, and no one has given me any free gifts to pitch these products or whatever. This is stuff that has come out of my own pocket to work on my house. So I wanted to kind of go through this one. This is a Spyder Tarantula 9-piece. It's actually a really cool kit. They make really good quality products. I've been using them for quite a few years. But as we've been drilling holes, as you saw, we drilled through the joists to run the conduit, and we drilled down into the underside of the house so that way we could put the conduit under the house so we could run the Cat 6A to the old locations where the old Cat 5 was. But it's a really neat kit, and it actually works super well. So what it is it comes with two adapters, a big and a small adapter, and a big drill bit and a small drill bit. So the way this works is you take this and you slide it through here, and then you push down and it slides back, right? And then it locks in place, and then you can push it down and it slides back further. And I'll show you why that's important in a second. Then what you do is you take one of your hole bits, and then you slide it through here and you pull this piece back and it screws on. And then you release it and then it locks in place, right? So what happens is as you drill the hole, the wood core goes down into here. So how do you get that wood core out? Well, you pull this piece back and this pushes the wood core out to here so you can get it off, and then you slide it back and you can start a new hole. So the old days, it was just one solid piece and you'd have the wood core down here and you'd be banging it and trying to get the wood core out. And it would be the most frustrating thing on the face of the earth. But this one, because you can do that, you can slide it out. The wood core comes here, and then you just unscrew it or pull it off and then slide it back and start your new hole. So whoever came up with this idea was obviously had beat on these things, trying to get the wood cores out long enough that they were just like, okay, I'm going to figure out how to do it a better way. But the cool thing about this is so you've got this bit, and then it goes down to this bit, right? And that screws on and locks in place, right? And this one is 1 3/8 inch, and it comes with a bit different sizes. And you could actually go out and buy individual larger ones, which is what we did here, that didn't come with the kit. And this is 2.5, and this is what we were using to drill the cores out for the conduit to go in. So this has been just an absolute wonderful lifesaver for cutting out all those holes. You can even get masonry bits that are like this, that's made to cut out masonry. I will say that there's one thing I do not like about this, so let me talk to you real quick about that. I don't know if they were going cheap or what the design implication was as I dropped that. But if you notice, you would think that this would be one solid piece of metal, and it's not. This is a solid piece of metal with a hole core in it, and then I guess they heat this and then cool this, and then it slips together, it slips down in a hole. So if you get a little over hot while you're drilling out one of these big holes from these cores, this can heat up, and on one occasion, this shaft popped out, and I basically took it and beat it on a hammer and got it in there just enough to get that hole finished. But the next day I had to go buy a brand new one of these. So this should be one whole solid piece instead of a two-piece setup, because it would last longer. And I don't know if they were doing that because it's cheaper to do it that way, or whatever reason, or maybe they were just doing it because they knew that this would break and you'd have to go out and buy more of these as a way to keep you buying their stuff. So I think that's kind of shitty and shady, frankly. The kit's really good. The augers are really good. The whole saws are really good. This is crappy. Would I buy this kit again? Absolutely. I'd buy it again. Do I think it's a little bit hokey and a little bit like shady that this is two pieces and then this can break off and you have to go out and buy another one, and they sell these individually and separately? You decide for yourself. I think this should be one solid piece where this would never pop out, and then I can use the equipment that I paid for. Maybe the engineers at Spyder can say that there's a reason they did it this way. I think they were just being cheap and trying to make you buy these. But anyway, long story short, I've really enjoyed it in general. It's a really good kit. It makes getting the cores out a lot easier. Would I buy it again? Yes, I would buy it again. You decide for yourself whether that's being a little shady or not. The small one here is basically the same thing. This slips in and you press this down, but it's made for these smaller ones. Like this one is a, what is this, 1 1/8, 29 millimeter. It doesn't have the locking piece on it, but it still works exactly the same. It's just made for the small one. The other thing that I've bought that we've been using for drilling a couple holes is this kit, or this right here. Give me 1 second. This is also a Spyder drill bit. So we've used this a couple times. We haven't used it much. As you can see, it almost looks still brand new, except for a little scuffing on the paint job right there. But this has worked fantastically. I mean, Spyder does make a really good hole drilling bits and these hole saws. So again, I'd buy it. I think that's a little shady. The fact that I drilled 10 holes and that thing broke and I had to go buy a new one. So anyway, take it for a grain of salt. Would I buy it again? Yes. Does it make it a lot easier to get the wood core out? Yes. Does it make the job a little bit faster? Yes, until that breaks and you have to go buy another one. So anyway, that's my opinion on the thing. Talk to you later. Bye.